Before we get into this absolutely wild update surrounding Kansas City, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because what just leaked could seriously change how you look at the Chiefs moving forward. This isn't just another offseason rumor. This is one of those moments where a single comment, just a few words, sends shockwaves through the fan base and forces everyone to ask the same question: what is really going on behind closed doors in Kansas City? Late last night, a statement surfaced that no one expected to hear. It wasn't delivered in anger. It wasn't shouted. It wasn't dramatic on the surface. But the meaning behind it? That's what has Chiefs fans completely losing it right now. Social media exploded within minutes. Message boards went into meltdown mode. Some fans are calling it honest leadership, others are calling it unnecessary, and a loud group is saying it crossed a line that never should have been crossed. The reason this hit so hard is because of who said it, and the timing couldn't possibly be worse or more important. For years, Kansas City has been viewed as the gold standard. A franchise built on confidence, belief, and a we'll figure it out mentality. When things go wrong, they rarely say it out loud. When adjustments are needed, they usually keep that conversation internal. That's why this particular comment felt different. It felt like a window into something deeper. Something unresolved. Something that maybe fans weren't supposed to hear yet. The leak statement quickly spread across every major sports platform, and within hours, fans were split straight down the middle. One side believes this was the most honest thing they've heard in years. The other side believes it was reckless and could create unnecessary tension heading into the most important transitional period the franchise has faced in a long time. And that's where the real story begins. Because just as fans were still trying to process those words, something else happened. Something even bigger. Something that shifted the conversation from emotional reactions to long-term consequences. Andy Reid stepped in. And when Andy Reid speaks, the entire league listens. In a move that surprised even the most plugged-in insiders, Reid didn't wait. He didn't dodge questions. He didn't slow-roll the process. Instead, he made it clear that the Chiefs are already deep into shaping their 2026 roster, and what he revealed has fans both excited and terrified at the same time. This wasn't a casual update. This was a message. The Chiefs are changing. Not rebuilding. Not panicking. But evolving in a way that may look uncomfortable at first. According to those close to the situation, the controversial statement and Reid's roster comments are directly connected. That's what has people talking. That's why this feels bigger than just off-season noise. There's a belief inside the building that the window hasn't closed, but it does need to be reinforced. And not everyone is safe. One of the most shocking parts of this situation is how blunt the messaging has become. Kansas City has always preferred quiet confidence over public transparency. But now, the tone feels different. More direct. More urgent. Almost like a warning shot to the locker room. Fans are asking the same question over and over again: is this leadership or pressure? Because the leak statement didn't just challenge expectations. It challenged comfort. It suggested that past success does not guarantee future security. And that idea has clearly rattled a fanbase that's grown used to stability at the top. Some fans say it's exactly what the team needs. A reminder that nothing is handed to you in this league. Others worry it could create fractures if not handled carefully. And that's where Andy Reid's role becomes crucial. In his comments about the 2026 roster, Reid emphasized something that flew under the radar but may be the most important takeaway of all. He talked about flexibility. He talked about competition. And he talked about the importance of being honest about where the team is not where fans want it to be. That line alone sent chills through the Chiefs community. Because honesty sounds great until it threatens your favorite player's job. Reid didn't name names, but he didn't have to. The message was clear. Performance matters. Fit matters. And reputation alone will not carry anyone forward. That's a massive shift. Kansas City has built its dynasty on trust, chemistry, and belief. But even the strongest systems have to adapt. The league adapts. Opponents adapt. And now, the Chiefs are sending a message that they're not standing still. Behind the scenes, insiders are reporting intense internal evaluations. Position groups being reviewed. Long-term contracts being discussed with a level of realism that hasn't always been present. The front office is reportedly aligned with Reid's vision, which suggests this isn't a reaction, it's a plan. And that plan may not look pretty in the short term. Fans who expect the same faces, the same roles, the same structure may be in for a shock. The 2026 roster is shaping up to be a blend of proven leadership and hungry newcomers. Experience paired with speed. Intelligence paired with adaptability. That's the direction. But it comes with risk. Because change always does. The controversial statement reopened an uncomfortable conversation about accountability. About whether the Chiefs have leaned too heavily on past glory. About whether internal honesty has been replaced by public expectations. Some fans feel exposed. Others feel energized. And that divide is growing. Sports radio hosts are debating whether the comment should have been kept private. Analysts are breaking down Reid's roster philosophy like it's a chess match. And fans? Fans are emotional because this team means everything to them. Kansas City isn't just a franchise. It's an identity. That's why every word matters. One insider put it perfectly when they said this feels like the beginning of a new chapter, not the end of an era. And that distinction is important. Because while change can be scary, it can also be the reason success continues. Andy Reid isn't panicking. He's planning. And the leaked statement? It may have been uncomfortable, but it might also be necessary. Great teams don't collapse overnight. They fade slowly when honesty disappears. Kansas City seems determined not to let that happen. Still, questions remain. Will this approach unite the locker room or divide it? Will fans accept tough decisions if they don't immediately pay off? And how much patience will there be if the transition gets bumpy? Those answers won't come today. Or tomorrow. But the groundwork is being laid right now. And make no mistake, the entire league is watching. Because if Kansas City pulls this off, it could redefine how long elite teams stay elite. If they don't, the criticism will be relentless. That's the price of being on top. One thing is certain though, this offseason just became must-watch. The leaks. The statements. The roster moves. The philosophies shift. This isn't noise. This is direction. And whether fans love it or hate it, the Chiefs are making it clear they're not clinging to the past. They're building for the future even if it gets uncomfortable along the way. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think the leaked statement was honest leadership or a step too far? And do you trust Andy Reid's vision for the 2026 roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments, debate it out with other Chiefs fans, and if you want non-stop updates like this, make sure you're subscribed because this story is far from over. More leaks are coming. More decisions are coming. And Kansas City's next chapter is just getting started.